Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile. Nope, not Blight League. So we're in the middle. We're literally like 2.5 hours. They just announced in the game the servers are going down, and we're gonna have the patch for the new season. So this will be the last thing I guess I put up before I start playing the new stuff. So it's gonna be really cool. So I wanna just start off in the game, but I'm gonna switch over to POB. So welcome to the video. I have today something to present. It's not the normal it's not the normal here's a league starter. No. This is like what I kind of want to look at for the whole entire league after I make my necro. So I'll show you guys what I have here. So we have two POBs and a build concept, but I'm not. Okay, so you know me. If you guys know my videos, you know my channel. I like to simplify it and explain it in a way that you can understand why I did it. So I'm going to start it off real simple. We're a Scion. Scion's one of the starter classes, and it has its ascendancy called Ascendant. The reason we did this is if we go on to our POB and we scroll over to our Ascendant nodes, this is what the ascendancy looks like for Scion. So you'd start here, and you can go in any direction you want. So we have two in particular that we can go for. Everyone's pointed this out. I've pointed this out. Scion looks really good because it has Necromancer. Your offering skills also affect you, and you have 25% reduced effect on you. So basically, this means that you have the Misters of Sacrifice as a Scion. And then over here, this is the really so this is the build defining. This is what's super cool. You don't even have to be Scion for this. The reason we're Scion is to get the Necromancer thing, but realistically, we could just go Chieftain, full Chieftain. This isn't decided yet. I want to make this very clear. None of this is I'm not telling you this is the best way to do it. This is something I'd want to work on for 2 months of the season, just playing it and constantly trying out different shit. But Chieftain or Scion, and Chieftain as a Scion or Chieftain as whatever, I think that is a good thing. So the reason that you go Chieftain, if I haven't explained it, right here it says 1% of damage dealt by your totems is leached to you as life. So this is actually a Ballista build, and Ballistas are this new mechanic. Well, we already have Ballistas, but I think we only had Siege Ballista, which I'm presenting in the build because we don't have the Ballista support in POB yet. And so we have the Ballistas are totems. And so Chieftain, you do totems, make them strong, and I don't know, I've never played them. I don't know how good the Ballistas are. I don't understand what the survivability aspects are of them compared to my minions. I've done minions. I haven't done this. This doesn't scale the same. It has all this totem stuff, Ballista stuff, and I'm like, okay, my minions, I have minion stuff. It's completely different. They're completely different. So whole new thing, but this is the basis of the entire build. So 1% of damage dealt by your totems is leached to you as life. This is comparable to the get 1,000 strength Baron helmet for zombies leeching for you. So you can turn any ballista, any bow skill, any totem leeching you. What? That's pretty crazy, dude. So I figured subscribe. You add that on top of the Necromancer cast and damage taken setup, and you could even do some cast while channeling setup with Incinerate or Scourge Arrow, probably Scourge Arrow since we'll be a bow build. So now I'll present the rest of the build. So we know we are a Ballista, bow, ranged, attack, maybe Ellie. Okay, there you go. So there's all the stuff we're looking for, right? So this is what I thought. Projectile damage. We could take the res instead, to be honest, if we wanted, because I think in the end... Oh, I did cap. Okay, so basically we have... this is the first totem node, but I don't actually know what the priority would be, so I wouldn't level this character with this build because I have no idea what I'm doing. I would level it as a minion character, so I'd level a Scion as a minion build, and I wouldn't do this skill tree, but this is for after. So once you're level 90 something, my idea was Oh, I wanted to get down to this node because it's a Ballista node. There's only 2, okay? There's only 2 Ballista nodes on the entire tree. So you have 30% increased totem damage. Attack skills have +1 to maximum number of summoned Ballista totems. So another Ballista totem that you can put up. That's like an extra zombie, but way more because it's like you don't have very many, trust me. And then 50% increased effective buffs granted. Okay. And then we also have this node over here. This is new. Watchtowers. Attack skills have +1, so we get +2. And then the totems action speed cannot be modified below base value, so it can't be temporal chained and stuff, which is pretty cool. Okay, and then with going to these, so I had to pass all of this. So since I passed all of this, I said, well, isn't it a good idea to grab some lethality, grab the primeval 4s, the watchtowers. We're close to this life. We also get Farsight, it's right here. I have no idea about the nerfs to point blank and all that, so I haven't touched it. We could take iron reflexes to convert 11,000 ES into 9,820 armor with pots. It could be pretty good, you know. We could go up to like 50k, which we'd basically be physically immune, which is pretty nice as a ranger. We have like no HP, by the way, because the items in our build suck. I basically went max DPS. I just wanted to see what would happen, so I took like literally the most bullshit items you could possibly get. This is not realistic damage, okay? So I literally took the maximum damage for the skill for the Siege Ballista and the maximum damage on the items, apparently based on uniques only. And then this was the skill tree I went with, and then I went up here because it was only 2 points to get Constitution, another 3 points for a jewel. Then it was this, another totem node for my totems. I don't know if you'll need this, right? I don't know if you need the defensive totem nodes as much as you do, as I have right now. I have these ones, increased play speed, damage. I have this one. I don't know, dude. I don't know. What do I know? We'll have to try it out. I even went all the way up to Ancestral Bond. So now we can't deal damage, but we get another totem. Like, I don't know, man. Is this worth it? Probably not. Probably not, dude. It's probably just more worth it to do all this stuff. So, then I show you my second POB. What? Do you have another one? Yeah. This is cool. Trust me, I had fun doing this. I'm telling you, this shit's really fun. So, tree. What happened? Oh, I'm trying to click my... Okay, so this one's so different, right? So, same ascendancy. We're Scion. We're going to take the stuff down here. We have to click Ascendant. And we want Chieftain. There we go. Okay, and then... So I come down here through the projectile, and instead of going up through the health and going to all those extra totem nodes up there, maybe I'd want these, right? Maybe I grab these still, but either way, come down here. This would be more of a starter, right? I skip this jewel socket, maybe I still grab it, okay. We have all these bow nodes. I went straight down instead of coming through here this time. So we grab this Farsight. I skipped the life this time. This is a lot less life if you notice. This is more damage. This is also Ice Shot for a second. Let me switch it back to my Siege Ballista, so that's 365k. We still get the Ballista's totem down here. We skip the life. The Golem's Blood and the Jewel Socket. We have this lethality. We have the Primeval Force. We have the Watchtower. We grabbed all this. We went for a static electricity. The jewels are stupid. Like, I picked them just based on damage, like I said. And then we picked a bunch of good... bow nodes around here, and then a bunch of crit and bow and health and res and evasion and armor, and just a bunch like I said, there's a bunch of good stuff in the ranger area that I would really like as this build, because it's bow and bow scaling, and I want to scale the damage, because look at this damage. If I have a few totems, this starts to look so basically my point is, what would I prefer? Each totem doing a lot of damage, or 1,000,000 totems and each doing smaller amounts? But do I want the bigger ones just to do more damage, attack fast, do more thing, and live and be stronger independently? And that would probably be better, right? So basically my point is, we have these two builds. They're both really cool, and they're very encouraging. They're very encouraging for the potential of ballistas. I'll show you the items real quick. This one was Hope Shredder, then the Hyries Quiver with the Hyries chest plate, and then Taming was the best ring on literally every single version of the build. So it still seems like the 2x ring from last league that was really good in these builds is still really good, because it's hard to compete with 75% all res, or whatever, tons of all res, and the LE damage, the amount of damage it puts out with the new change to shock as well, and the new change to freeze. Oh my god, dude, this shit's gonna be dumb. Holy moly, everything's gonna be frozen. Yeah, so basically I'm basically showing you guys, I'm exposing what I'm going to be playing after, so what I'm going to be funding with the Necro is my starter, and then I'm going to be going into some sort of bow, ballista, something, probably using Scourgero, like I said, because of Castable Channeling. This is nowhere near set up, like, this is not a league starter. I have no practice in this. I haven't went to the extent that I have through Necro, so I don't have that much to say either. I think this is it. I think I just wanted to basically expose that if you didn't know already about Chieftain. And okay, let's also take a second to look at the actual Chieftain. Is this Chieftain? This. So what you could do if you went Chieftain instead of Scion, you'd lose Necromancer, which, to be honest, isn't that big of a deal, because we're going bow and we can't use Cyclone anyways. Like, we'd have to go we're going Scourgero, Castable Channeling, Desecrate, Spirit Offering. It's nowhere near as good as Cyclone. So if we went Chieftain, we can go back to Cyclone, but then we can't use a bow and we can't use Ballista. You have to use a bow. Holy moly. It's so weird, right? Okay, so totems are immune to fire damage. That is what you gain bonus, and you go and go fire because you're Chieftain. Also, you could go fire because you were going Chieftain down here. You could just scale fire LE damage. It's really interesting. It's an option for the build. So then you could also, I believe all your damage scaling here actually matters towards the totems, which is pretty neat. But you still get the Tukohama Wars Herald, which gives you the 1% of damage dealt by your totems leached to you as life. You can get this as your first Ascendancy, just like the Necromancer. And you can get Spirit Offering, Mistress of Sacrifice, just the same amount of survivability, except it's leech instead of the nice, always up Mistress of Sacrifice. Anyways, it has a lot of stuff here. It's pretty crazy. And then, what would we grab next? Probably this. Other defensive node. I like the 10% of Fizz taken as fire, and the 100% fire res, and the 2% life. Unaffected by Ignite's pretty insane. We can make our totems immune, and we have 2 more points. So we could gain endurance charges for using fire skills. We could just spam fire skills to always have endurance charges up. Or yep, probably. Yeah, that's probably it. There you go. So if you want to go Chieftain of it too, if you somehow get to the build sooner than me, I'm basically like, here you go. These are the fun things I'm going to be playing with. It seems pretty straightforward. You can scale like physical, fire. You could even go at all the LEs. Or you could even go Ice Shot. Pretty like Ice Shot, and then I was looking at, it's not volley, so they have literally none of the new gems in the POB, so I was gonna use like Ballista support, and the and there should be like this thing that makes it's called like payload. I don't think payload's in either, so super unfortunate that you can't punch these things in, but once you try them, dude, it's gonna, oh my god, I guarantee. But yeah, like, look. Just to give an example, compared to Siege Ballista, so we'll have to give up 2 towards the Ballista slash thing, and then it also loses 50% attack speed. But then we also have payload, so what if we didn't have payload and we added another one? There you go. Okay. Payload's probably going to be really good though. I think it's amazing. It's like Scourgero. It's like Tornado Shot. It makes every ability really good. Yeah. And then we could even make a second totem setup where we have the new barrage. You just add barrage in here and you're just like, damn, that's... Imagine if you could add that as a support right now. Let me check. Oh no, the league went down. Oh, the realm. Oh, but the patch is coming out. Yes, we got the new league. Okay, so that'll be exciting. That'll start soon. But either way, we look forward to that. And to wrap up the video, so that's the stuff we're going to be working on after the Necro. There's going to be a lot of work to do there, obviously. Lots of stuff to try out. So many things to do. It's super neat. We can do a lot of awesome things, hopefully, with that build. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my Patreon and YouTube members who financially support the channel. So I got to get rid of that now. I put that up to cover my thing. So Patreon supporters White Wolf, Tridnix, Hannes, Steven C, Last Fable, Stacy, YouTube members Garbar, Tridnix, White Wolf, Farkbone, Kerbed, John, Lelouch, Lamprou, Dawit, and Dubu. Thank you, Stacy, the new Patreon supporter. Thank you for the support, and appreciate it, everybody. And thank you to everybody. And if you haven't already, click that subscribe button on the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one when we have some actual probably league stuff. We'll see how the league start goes. Wish me luck, and good luck to all of you as well. Bye! Hope good luck on the mirrors, guys, and new Exalted Orbs, however that works.